All right, let's get busy. My light is kind of bright, ain't it? Let's see if I could adjust that. Okay, that's better. That's a little better. All right. Set it off like this. New single, God Mind, featuring Stic X and the Ab Soldier. Me and my brother DJ RP Beat streaming right now on all platforms. Yo, Lord, don't start rambling. Yeah. Yo, free my people like Moses. You be soaking in blood. Uh-huh. Means to an end. Daily meditation, deep breathing. I think it's time. Let's see what's in the God's mind. Got on my healthy eating, detoxing my inside. Let's see what's in the God's mind. Reconnecting with the divine. Let's see what's in the God's mind. I know we never die. I made an ancestral shrine. Let's see what's in the God's mind. Listen. Sincere love to God. Like Tar Anthony Shaw. I see the fear in your heart. That's the scariest part. My defense impregnable. I'm Alexander. I'm the greatest at what I'm blessed to do. With beats from Ron Pritchett, I see the God's vision. Be on the stars. We on the Mars mission. Eons of history and evidence of the divine. Don't want an instrumental. I start spitting. It's on a different level. Let's see what's in the God's mind. Let's see what's in the God's mind. Early morning yoga, reconnecting with the divine. Let's see what's in the God's mind. I know we never die. I made an ancestral shrine. Let's see what's in the God's mind. It definitely ain't swine. I wrote this on a power day. On this actual track, the great Dot X. Today's math. Crystal clear understanding. They say we supposed to kill them in their bed. True and living, great mind. Deep breathing, I think it's time. Got on my healthy eating, detoxing my insides. I know we never die. I made an ancestral shrine. Let's see what's in the God's mind. All right. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out right now, man. That new single, God Mind. Your boy, Sincere Love to God, DJ RP Beats, featuring the Ab Soldier and the legendary Stic X from Brand Nubians. Streaming right now on all streaming platforms. Before I get this thing started, man, it looked like I'm having a bad connection. Let me check my connection real quick. See how I'm looking on here. Let me see real quick. Let me check my connection real quick. See how I'm looking on here. That's pretty good. Let me see real quick. It looks pretty good. Let me check my connection real quick. See how I'm looking on. It don't look too bad. So what's going on, family? Welcome to another episode of Sincere Love to Godcast. I ain't gonna be on here too long tonight, man. I just had something I wanted to address, chop it up with y'all about real quick, man. Nothing too heavy. So I was recently a guest on a podcast called My Skin Is My Sin. Shout out to the brothers over there at My Skin Is My Sin. Um let me get the name of their joint correct. The podcast is My Skin Is My Sin Radio, but they are intellectually petty. So I guess Skin Is My Sin is the podcast, and it's on the Intellectually Petty channel on YouTube. And so y'all could go check out that interview that I did with them recently. But I wanted to address something. I told the brother on there I was going to actually do my research and I was going to have to address this one particular topic that came up. Y'all see the title of the broadcast tonight. Did Stic.Man of deadprez write rhymes for Nasir Jones? That is the question. That's a rumor that's been floating around the internet for a long time, right? That's a rumor that's been floating around for years, ever since the Untitled album came out, the Nigga Tape came out around that time. Actually, the rumor started a little while after that. I think it was a few years later. And it was started by that chick Dream Hampton. Some of y'all might be familiar with Dream Hampton. She was, she used to poly around the Rockefeller circles back in the days. I think she's still cool with Jay or whatever, but she was the writer for Jay-Z's Decoded book, Dream Hampton. And she's also, I believe, the executive producer or one of the producers on that R. Kelly documentary, that Surviving R. Kelly documentary, and maybe some of the other documentaries that they did on Lifetime as well, man. But she been on a lot of funny style shit, man, over the years. A lot of funny style shit with that chick over the years, man. And I'm not saying that about the documentary trying to defend R. Kelly or nothing like that. It's not about that. You know what I'm saying? But even when it does come to stuff like that, they pick and choose, you know what I'm saying, who they want to attack when it comes to those things. They want to make sure that they always keep the spotlight on black men, black males, and particularly straight black males. You know what I'm saying? We always get the brunt of everything, but they don't say nothing about the white dudes that be out here going crazy, or these sexual deviants in white society that they just ignore and act like it doesn't exist. That's the problem I have with it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to defend R. Kelly or nobody else for that matter that participating in any type of sex crimes. You know what I'm saying? Everybody should be punished across the board equally. You know what I'm saying? That's my feeling on that. But not to get in too much with her, but just to let y'all know who that is. Y'all can research her yourself for those of y'all that don't know who she is. But she's the one that put out this story about Nas having ghostwriters on that Untitled album. And she said that Stic.Man from deadprez and Jay Electronica wrote the whole album. That's basically what she said, or they was writing rhymes for him or whatever the case may be. She put that out there, and it basically got debunked a few times. Like I remember I heard an interview that Stic.Man did a while back where they asked him something like that. And, he said, that's like saying I could do stunts for Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying? He shut that down, like, man, get out of here. And Nas, I never heard Nas speak on it. I never heard Nas address it. I never heard nobody ask him that question in any video, in any interviews or anything like that. So, he really don't got to speak on it. That's Nas, man. He's Nas. You know what I mean? We can't erase what that man brought to the game, and you know what I'm saying, who he is who he is, man. You know what I'm saying? And also, just to be clear, I'm not, yes, Nas is my favorite MC, but I'm not one of these super fans, one of these super stans that act like their favorite rapper can't be criticized and everything that they do is right and exact. And for those of y'all that's been tuning in to Sincere Love the Godcast, y'all have heard me on this platform criticize Nas my damn self. I've had my issues with him, and I address those issues, you know what I'm saying, on my little platforms. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Actually, being that you my favorite MC and I hold you in such high regard, I'm gonna do just that. I'm gonna hold you to a higher standard than I do most people. I expect more from you than what I expect from most people. And so I'm not just gonna give out passes because I was raised up on your music and I was inspired to do what I do so much by your work. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna give you your flowers. I'm always gonna give you your props, but ain't nothing wrong with some real live criticism as well, man. And I'm gonna do that when it's necessary too. So this ain't about, I'm out here trying to defend my favorite rapper and all that. Nah. We just gotta address these things, man. Make sure that the story is straight. That's all. You know what I mean? Because some people don't know. And a lot of people don't do their research. You hear these things and you just run with it. And so I thought it was real interesting. On this platform, we got into that discussion. I'm gonna play the interview in just a second. I'm gonna play that clip from the interview in just a second. But on this platform, on My Skin Is My Sin, we got into the discussion. And being that they had Stic.Man on the platform prior and they had this discussion with Stic.Man, I was like, damn, I guess I can't argue with the brothers if they saying that's what he said, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go check it out for myself. So that's what I did. And not both of them. And I'm sorry, guys, I don't remember y'all names individually. I forgot you guys' names. So do forgive me for that, man. I do apologize for that, man. I just recently had the opportunity to, meet the brothers virtually when I did the podcast, and the names escaped me at the moment, man. I know the one brother was the Plug. I think the brother from Baltimore, I think he go by the Plug. And the main host of the show, man, his name is escaping me. But he was the one that said, I had Stic.Man on this platform, and he said, he was writing rhymes for now. I'm gonna just go ahead and play the clip, so y'all can hear what was said yourselves. I ain't gonna put words in nobody's mouth or nothing like that. I'm gonna play the clip for y'all, and y'all can check it out yourself. And I'm gonna just give my commentary. So, no, wrong clip. My bad. Hold on a second, y'all. So let me come over here. Boom.
You gotta forever be on top. And I respect it. Like, but I understand that. You know, for anybody who say rock. Yeah. But this
low key Cool G Rap actually
I was right there. It was right there. They neck and neck to me. Like Rakim and G Rap is like they like for instance, like my top five, like Nas and Pac is my 1A and 1B. Okay, that's my 1 and 2. So that's what's up.
I gotta slander Nas.
Man, get the hell out of here, bro. What you gonna say about Nas? Let me hear this.
He ain't write all this shit, bro.
That's a lie.
It's not a lie.
That's a lie. That's some bullshit that Dream Hampton put out there. That shit been debunked.
We literally had Stic.Man from Dead Presidents on this show, bro, and he himself told us he wrote a song for Nas.
I mean, to watch this because I heard Stic.Man say out of his mouth. He said that's like saying I could do stunts for Bruce Lee. That was his words.
Bro, you was there.
If you write in a hook and you coming up with the concept of the song, that's not the same thing as writing my lyrics. This is what he said. He said they was in the studio. Nas came in, and this is on the Nigga album. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly. And the specific song that he was referring to was "We're Not Alone." This is a specific song he was referring to. He came in. He said he heard a verse. He heard the hook, and then he said, "Can I have that or can I jump on it?" I don't remember exactly what it was, but it wasn't like Stic.Man sat down and wrote a song for Nas. It wasn't that. It was already meat in the potatoes. No. Let's get this straight.
No, bro.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you speak.
And I wish I had an assistant that could pull this clip up, bro.
It's not on YouTube or nothing?
It's on YouTube. I can't pull it up.
Okay. Oh, yeah. But I'm definitely going to do my research on it.
Please do. Because that nigga, he had
honestly,
this song. The boy heard the song and wanted the song.
Let me respond to this. You know what I'm saying? First thing I want to say is Stic.Man. When somebody asks me who the most underrated rapper is, I always say Stic.Man. Stic.Man is dope as fuck. That's my guy. But like I said, I heard him say he could never write rhymes for Nas. That's like doing stunts for Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying? But he said, if you're saying he said that on your show, I'm thinking, without hearing what he said for myself, I'm thinking It's along the lines of he had the meat and potatoes of the record, and Nas just came in and did his little verses to the record that was already done. That's not the same thing as ghostwriting. That's not the same thing as writing my rhymes.
It's not.
Like, that's okay.
That is okay. That is how songs work.
Yeah.
That is not the case in this.
All right, so so the brother's name is Jobs, by the way. Shout out to Jobs. Shout out to the plug. Intellectually Petty Radio. My skin is my sin and all that. So right here, me and the brother Jobs agree that, writing a chorus or putting together the meat and potatoes of the record. Remember, Stic.Man is a producer. So, he did the track. He came up with the chorus. He asked Nas, what he wanted the song to be about or whatever the case may be, what topic he wanted to discuss. And he came up with a hook for it. He came up with an idea for the record, right? And so we both saying that that's okay. That doesn't qualify as ghostwriting, and that wouldn't take any points away from Nas or any other MC for that matter. That's perfectly fine, according to both of us. We both agree on that. He said that's the way that songs are made, but he's saying that's not the case in this situation, right?
Okay.
Right? He said that's not the case. Let me bring it back.
Along the lines of he had the meat and potatoes of the record, and Nas just came in and did his little verses to the record that was already done. That's not the same thing as ghostwriting. That's not the same thing as writing my rhymes.
It's not.
Like, that's okay.
That is okay. That is how songs work.
Yeah.
That is not the case in this one.
All right. Right. So let me switch screens over here. So he said that is okay, but that's not the case on this record right here. According to him, the discussion that they had with Stic.Man from deadprez, he's saying Stic.Man said no, he wrote the whole song. He wrote Nas's verses and everything. Right? So we're going to get into that in a minute, but I just wanted to be clear about what was said when I was on the show. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if there was more to it.
Go back and do the homework.
Hold on. My bad, y'all. Share the screen back. Share the screen back. He said, go back and do the homework. He told me, go do my homework. I went and did my homework. All right.
Okay. I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I even made a clip of that.
Jumping away from a Nas, bro. I gotta check that. If I see that clip, I'm making a clip of it. You're gonna see that shit on my Instagram.
Tag me.
Just tag me.
Tell me how wrong I was.
Because I ain't gonna lie. Like, Nas is my favorite MC. But lately, I got a little beef with Nas, man. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway, yeah, that was it. So, like I said, you heard him. He said, go ahead, go do your research and tell me I'm lying. So, all due respect, my brother Jobs, I'm here to tell you that you're lying. With all due respect to my brother Jobs, I'm here to tell you that you're lying, brother. That's not what the man said. That's not the case at all. Let me stop sharing that. Let me stop sharing that screen, and let me pull up the other clip. That's not what was said at all, man. You misrepresenting what the brother had to say, man. You misrepresenting what the brother had to say, man. Let me get into it. Let me get into it. I'm gonna pull it up. I ain't even gonna waste too much time with the commentary. Let's go to this clip. Share. Let's go to this clip. I ain't even gonna waste too much time with the commentary. All right, so this is the episode where they had Stic.Man from deadprez on there, and y'all can listen for yourselves and hear what was said. Right? Let's check it out.
But because we are students and are self-students, and you know what I mean, we value philosophy and we interested in all kind of things. They just felt like we some special people. I'm like, that's how it is. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that's how it is.
Hold up, it's coming, y'all.
Because y'all learn about who we are through stereotypes.
It's coming right now.
You're not getting whole people. You know what I mean? So that was some of the early battles, but I don't want to chew y'all ear off or whatnot. I want to take your.
All right, here go the question right here, y'all. Here go the question right here.
You good, man?
Because I ain't gonna lie, man. I've been waiting. Once I found out we was gonna have you on the show, man, you can act the room. I was waiting to ask you this question right here, brother.
Okay.
It's gonna be a doozy. Okay. It's been a rumor going around I think about since 2010 that you did a lot of work. Somebody now would consider one of the greatest rappers of all time. And he put out one of my favorite albums of all time called The Nigga Tape. And you had one of the different songs over there, Association Breeze and the Larry. I'm gonna hang with 6 real niggas until 6 niggas carry me. Like that, I love that song. I mean, so what was your input with that in Untitled, if I'm not mistaken? Because the Nigga Tape, the Green Lantern classic, Untitled classic as well. You know, there's been a lot of rumors circulating around. Every time I Google your name, it pops up. So, you know, could you give us a little bit of rundown on that, how it was working with Nas?
Oh, yeah, man, that was another one of those moments of grace and blessing to be with somebody that inspired my craft so much, like raised the bar on how good lyrics could be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like before Nas, and then you heard Illmatic, and just where he took poetry was like the Mercedes of this. We was riding, before we was riding Buick and thinking we were chilling, you know what I mean? And Nas was the Mercedes, like, oh my God, and again, the brilliance, but the street at the same time.
So first of all, let me put the screen back. So first of all, look at how much respect he is paying right off the bat when the question is asked. The first thing that he does is pay homage and respect to the God. Well deserved. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing he does is give the man ultimate props. You know what I'm saying? And so, the way we got into the conversation when I was on there, the brother, shout out to the plug, because the plug, just to be clear, the plug wasn't on that bullshit. As y'all seen, the plug was like, nah, and he wasn't really jacking that. You know what I'm saying? But he brought up the fact that Nas was, I think, his 1A or his 1B or whatever the case may be. He got Nas as one of his top MCs. And so how we got into the conversation was the brother said, I gotta, what'd he say? I forgot how he worded it, but he was like, nah, I gotta criticize Nas. That wasn't the word he used, but he said, nah, I gotta shit on Nas or whatever the case may be. So he was trying to take points away from Nas, take a stab at Nas right off the back. Oh, you got Nas in your top, like he don't belong there. He don't belong there, type shit. And the reason why is because he don't write all this shit. So he basically saying Nas is disqualified based off of the conversation that he had with Stic.Man. Nas is disqualified from being in somebody's top. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we got into it in the first place. But you see how Stic.Man right off the bat gives the man the ultimate. He said, I don't even want to say Shakespeare. I got to think of somebody greater than that to compare this man to. This man is greater than Shakespeare. One of the greatest writers of all time, not just one of the greatest MCs, not one of the greatest rappers. This is one of the greatest writers, one of the greatest poets of all time. Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to take that away. We're not going to take that away. Let's get back into it. I'm gonna let the God finish what he was saying.
And the totality of it, So anyway, before I get all fanned out, that's what it was. So that's what it was. You know what I mean? That not on, man. What is hip hop without Nas, man? So like I got the call, like, we had worked with Nas before. We've been in the industry and been around, and we've been in the lab a few times. But when we got the call this time, I think he reached out to him this time. It was the first time he reached out to me, but M called me and he was like, "Yo, Nas want us to come out to LA and work on this new project." So I assume we about to go spit some verses or a verse on something he got going. That's awesome. So I ain't even had no question. I get on the plane, man. We out there, right? Right. And I get in the lab, and come to find out, Nas don't want us to the rap. That ain't why we got called out there. So, he wants us to produce. And so I do the beats as far as deadprez, you know what I mean? So it was I was confused for like 2 days. Like waiting on to hear some hot primo shit or something, you know what I mean? And we was just out there. You know what I mean? So he came in, him and Khalees at that time, I think. Long story short, and he was like, yo, I want y'all to, I got some things I want to say for this project. And basically, I feel like y'all are the people to help that manifest. So I was like, oh, okay, let me take my MC hat off and let me put on my producer hat. And I just start doing what I do. I ask some questions, what what you like, what you want to say. And he was like, I want to get at Fox because they've been trying to play me.
So before we even move on, just for the people that don't know, let me just explain what the role of a producer is. A real producer, because a lot of people just think a producer is somebody that just make beats. You know what I'm saying? But there's a difference between a beat maker and a producer. When you're talking about producing, you know what I'm saying? You're talking about bringing together the whole idea, the whole concept of the record, the whole direction of the record, the mood of the record, sometimes the topic of the record, sometimes the concept of the record, even the structure and the format of the record, whether it's going to be 16 bars verse, 16 bars a bridge here. A producer a lot of times comes up with all that. A lot of times it's collaborative between the producer and the artist, if the artist is a writer. You know what I'm saying? But if we're talking about an MC that writes his own stuff and he's collaborating with a producer, a lot of times they come up with those ideas together. You know what I'm saying? Or an artist may just want to write rhymes and he don't really want to do the rest of everything else. So, he just wants the song to come, pretty much done, and he just going to fill in the blanks. You know what I'm saying? Like you already got the beat done. You already got the hook on there. All I got to do is write a couple verses and that's it. So Stic.Man said he's going to take off his MC hat and put on his producer hat. So he basically did like an interview with Nas, like, okay, what we talking about? What you want to bring to the table? What's the direction we trying to go in with this joint? You know what I'm saying? And so he approached it that way. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. Let's see if he says that he wrote Nas's rhymes, though. That's what's important here. So pay attention.
That song is crazy.
Get things, man. So that particular. So let me just say for clarity, like there was no like conspiracy to write some rhymes for Nas, like and pass it all like him, or all this kind of stuff that we speculate and trying to create.
Hold up, there was no conspiracy to write rhymes for Nas and pass it off like it was him. He said there was no type of conspiracy to write rhymes for Nas and try to pass it off like it was him. That's what ghostwriting is. Exactly what he just said wasn't going on defines what ghostwriting is. Right? So let's be clear. Nas is,
even more than Shakespeare. I want to say somebody even better than that. But he is that of our time. And what he was saying is that what we do to him is dope and authentic, and he wants that vibe for what he was trying to convey. It just so happened that we all writers, so once he said, I want to get at Fox, my brain started writing the chorus.
My brain started writing the chorus. Once he said we want to get at Fox, he wanted to get at Fox. I'm a writer, so my brain automatically started writing the chorus. Okay.
And I wrote the chorus for Sly Fox, and I
wrote the chorus for Sly Fox. I wrote the chorus for Sly Fox. Let's bring that back, man. Let's bring that back.
It's dope and authentic, and he wants that vibe for what he's trying to convey. it just so happened that we all writers. So once he said, I want to get at Fox, my brain started writing the chorus. You know what I mean? Let's serve. And I wrote the chorus for Sly Fox, and I went in the booth we got cooked up a little rough beat for it, and then I went in the booth to say that verse.
So now right there, he said verse, but it sounded like that was a slip up, right? Because he said chorus multiple times. I wrote the chorus, I made the beat, and I wrote the chorus for Sly Fox. I made the beat, and I wrote the chorus for Sly Fox. And then, he said I went inside the booth and I did that verse. But it sounded like he meant to say chorus right there. So some people are going to try to twist that and bend that up, but he kind of just misspoke right there. He kept saying over and over again, I wrote the chorus. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of misspoke when he said the verse. I went in the booth and I said the verse. After he just got done saying he wrote the chorus, then he went in the booth and spit the verse. Nah, that don't make sense. Let's play it again. Let's play it again. Let's play it again. We got to be clear here.
My brain started writing the chorus. You know what I mean?
Let me serve.
And I wrote the chorus.
I wrote the chorus.
I went in the booth we got cooked up a little rough beat for it, and then I went in the booth to say that verse. He misspoke. Thinking, this is an idea of something that might be awesome, right? And when I was like halfway through, he pressed the button and talk in the booth, and he was like, yo, come out. And then I was like, guess you don't like that, you know what I mean? Like that. And when I came out, he said, I'm gonna say that shit. It's on the pad. And I was like, wow. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gonna say my shit, And he went in and bruh, just the breath control and just the mastery of performing, it really elevated, we could hear it on the record, but to see him go in there and just do that, I was just like, yeah, that's mastery, man, and I'm blessed to even just be here. So, I kept, cooking up in there, and then I had that song, We Not Alone.
But hold on, y'all, hold on. So he said he did the chorus for Sly Fox, right? And then Nas, Nas liked it, and Nas spit it. If you listen to the song, Sly Fox, Nas is saying it, but that chorus was written by Stic.Man. Shout out to Stic.Man. Shout out to Stic.Man. He produced the record. He came up with the chorus. That's not the same thing as ghostwriting. Let's be clear.
We were going to use that for information aid.
So,
looking up in there, and then I had that song, We Not Alone. We were going to use that for information aid, actually. And it was sitting in the tank, and I just thought, you know what?
All right, so right there, he said we had the song, We Are Not Alone, that they was going to use for information age, and it was just sitting in the tank. And he said we had the song. So song means that the song is done. The song is complete, right? But let's listen closely now.
We were going to use that for information aid, actually. And it was sitting in the tank, and I just thought, you know what? I can hear Nas eating that alive. And so I played him the beat, and he was like, he was like, give me that.
He said, I played him the beat. And he said, give me that. Now I played him the song. I played him the beat. And he said, give me that. Now listen, if we talk about the record, We're Not Alone, which is one of my favorite records, Nas wrote those lyrics. Nas said, that's the song Nas said, I used to worship a certain Queens police murderer till I read the words of Ivan Van Sertima. He inserted something in me that made me feel worthier. You know what I'm saying? He's spitting from his own perspective, from a Queens perspective. You know what I'm saying? He's spitting based off his own experience. You know what I mean? Oh, no, that's the wrong song. Is that the right song? We're not alone. I think that's the same song. But he also said, because we're not alone. They talking about seeing extraterrestrials and all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? They saying, it's other life forms out there in the universe, which is also something that we talked about on another part of the podcast as well, man. Y'all go check out that interview I did with the brothers, man. It was a good conversation that we had, but we was talking about some aliens and shit too, part of the conversation. But that's what that song was about, you know. And in that song, he said, let me tell you what I seen with my 3 eyes. Word to me, not a hoax back in 99, a spacecraft in the skyline. In LA in daytime, ask Horse if I'm lying. Horse is, you know, used to be, I guess, a bodyguard for Bravehearts, but he was bodyguard for Nas, but he was a member of the Bravehearts and all of that. That's Nas's man. That's Nas's homie. That he said, you know, ask Horse if I'm lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, Stic.Man is not going to write that. You know what I'm saying? As a writer, you know, I can relate to, you know, what it takes. I know what goes inside the thought process when you're writing rhymes. You could tell when something is coming from your own experience and when, you know, you just rhyming, or when you're saying something that somebody else wrote. There's a disconnect. You know what I'm saying? Stic.Man is not going to come up with Nas's memories. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you what I seen with my 3 eyes. Word to me, not a hoax back in 99, a spacecraft in the skyline. In LA in daytime, ask Horse if I'm lying. You know what I'm saying? Nas is speaking from his own experience. And that hook, when you think about it, that's some Stic.Man shit. I ain't even gonna sing it right now, but that's some Stic.Man shit. If you listen to deadprez, if you're familiar with deadprez, like that whole vibe of that record is some deadprez shit. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. We trying to find out if Stic.Man said that he wrote rhymes for Nasir Jones.
Up in there, and then I had that song "We Not Alone." That was we was gonna use that for information aid, and it was sitting in the tank, and I just thought, you know what, I could hear Nas eating that alive, and so I played him the beat, and he was like, he was like, give me that. You put up, you know, he was like, I got that, so he jumped on that, and I was like, yo, you know, liking it. And then the day before the record was to be turned in, he hit me. I was back in Atlanta, and he hit me, and he was like, "Yo, I need another one." And I was like, "Bet." I dropped everything I was doing, and I was like, "What you need?" He was like, "I want to do something honoring Farrakhan, and I need he was like, I need a beat, and he was like, I'm gonna title it that." You know what I mean? So the song Untitled was the joint I did one day before we had to turn it in. I just cooked up a beat, sent it back, and I asked the manager, I was like, yo, did y'all get the track? What you think? What you need? And he was like, it's mixed.
So Nas called Stic the day before the record was supposed to be turned in. Hold up. Nas called Stic.Man the day before the record was supposed to be turned in. He said, yo, Stic, I need one more. Shout out to my man Jay Perfect. Peace. What's going on, King? How you, man? And so Nas called Stic and said, yo, I need one more record, man, before we turn this joint in. He said, I want to do something honoring Farrakhan. Stic said he cooked up a beat and sent it to him. And then he hit up the manager like, yo, y'all good? Y'all need anything else? What's up? The manager said, oh, that's done. It's mixed already. It's already mixed down. So in other words, Nas got the beat that day, wrote the song, recorded the song. They mixed it down. They did everything right there that day. Got it ready to turn the album in the next day. You know what I'm saying? We talking about a master here, man. You know what I'm saying? We talking about a master MC, man. You know what I mean? A master teacher as well. You know what I mean? That's what we talking about when we talking about Nas, man. Let's put some respect on it. Let me see if there's anything else. Left on here. I don't want to leave nothing out. I don't want nobody to say, you know, I'm withholding information. There was more to it, blah, blah, blah. Let me let the man finish now.
Wow.
Bring that back.
You know what I mean? So the song Untitled was the joint I did one day before we had to turn it in. I just cooked up a beat, sent it back, and I asked
cooked up a beat and sent it back.
Did y'all get the track? What you think? What you need? And he was like, it's mixed. He was like, it's already
It's already mixed. It's done.
Wow. opportunity, man. People be trying to make it an issue or whatever, man. But Nas do not need nobody to help write shit.
Nas do not need nobody to help write shit. Let's be clear.
That was an honor. It wasn't because he needed it, you know what I mean?
Salute to you for sharing that with us, bro. That's dope.
And I do want to say, man, for what Nas was aiming for with that album, and he reached out to y'all because he was going to name the album Nigga. I remember that. I was like, this brother's crazy. People throw this up. And he reached out to y'all because he was going to make a statement with that album, which he did. And when you brought up Sly Fox, and remember, he was going crazy that whole album, bro. You feel me? So just being a part of that is historical right there.
Well, my joint on that album was J-Elect joint that he did with Nas. The first joint with the piano. Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was like, whoa, that was a chamber, man. That was like Coltrane and Miles getting together. So
yeah, man. Jay is crazy too, man.
So to be clear, the song that he's talking about, he said his favorite joint was the J Electronica joint. He said his favorite joint was the J Electronica joint. And so now some people are gonna say, oh, but J Electronica was writing for Nas. He even said it. He said the J Electronica joint. Let's be clear. The song that they talking about is the intro to the album called Queens Get the Money. And J Electronica is the producer. J Electronica produced that record. Okay? Nobody's writing rhymes for Nasir Jones, man. All right? We don't play those games, man. We don't play those games, man. You know what I mean? We talking about the best MC, the greatest MC of all time. You understand? Put some respect on that, man. So shout out to My Skin Is My Sin, Intellectually Petty Radio and all that. My brother Jobs, I had to call you out on that, man. Shout out to the plug, though. The plug held it down. He kept it a thou wow. The plug held it down and kept it a thou wow, man. I don't know, man. Jobs, seems like you got some type of agenda. You trying to discredit New York rappers, man. You know what I mean? Because there was also some, you said something. Or you agreed with somebody that Jay-Z was just a mediocre lyricist or something like that, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It seems like there's some type of agenda on your part to discredit the validity and the stature of New York MCs and what we actually bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? And me, I'm a universal dude. I don't even be caught up in that New York shit. I'm from New York, bro. I don't even get caught up in that shit. Like, I'm from planet Earth, man. I'm from planet Earth, man. And I'm inspired by just music, period. It don't matter where you from and none of that shit. Like, if it's dope, it's dope. I don't even really get caught up in genres too much. I just like music. I love music, period. It's only good music and bad music. You know what I mean? Genres is really just for marketing and promotion purposes. You know what I'm saying? When it all boils down to it, that's for the marketing and promotion purpose in order to target a specific audience. That's what the categories and all of that stuff is for. But at the end of the day, music is music. It's either good or it's not. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how that go, man. So it ain't really about where you from. It ain't about what era it was from. You know what I mean? Whether it's old school, new school, whatever, it don't matter. Either it's good or it's bad. And that's what it all boils down to, man. Period. So like I said, man, I wasn't going to be on here too long. I still ended up being on here a little long, almost an hour, kicking it with y'all. 45 minutes on here, kicking it with y'all. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this thing. No, actually, there was something that I wanted to, something else that I wanted to address, man, that I seen on Twitter earlier, man. Before I get out of here, shout out to Tariq Nasheed, man. The new Buck Breaking movie coming soon. I believe that's dropping in April, the end of April 30th or whatever. But ever since he put out the trailer, shook things up with that trailer, man. You know what I'm saying? So all over Twitter today, I seen a lot of people criticizing the trailer. A lot of people is feeling some type of way about this movie. I already know they're gonna be trying to block it. They're gonna be trying to hate on it. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be getting released on Amazon and I believe streaming on Vimeo or one of those other platforms or whatever the case may be. I already know They about to try to block it. He gonna have to do some direct sales, direct to consumer sales. I think the brother should actually try to link up with the Nation of Islam. They got their own platform where they stream. They're able to stream and broadcast their content. During Savior's Day, they had streamed the I forgot the name of it, but Robert F. Kennedy, I think his name is Robert Kennedy, the nephew. I think that's what his name is. Him and the brother Tony Muhammad, they made a documentary about, you know, these vaccines and how it's affecting the Black community and you know, disproportionately affecting young Black boys more than anybody else, and you know, getting into the science, you know what I'm saying, behind everything, and the legalities behind everything, and just this whole depopulation agenda that they have behind these vaccines and all that. They did a dope documentary about that, and they streamed it during Savior's Day on their own platform. So I think, you know, it'll be a good idea for Tariq to probably get with them. I know he got a relationship with some of the brothers. I know he got a relationship with RZA, a few of the other brothers in the Nation of Islam. So he should probably get with them to try to stream it through their platform at least. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to get blocked. It's going to get blocked. But on Twitter today, a lot of people was in their feelings about this documentary, man. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of Black people too. A lot of Black people. It ain't just the LGBT crowd. It's not just the white crowd or whatever the case may be. You got a lot of Black people who are genuinely confused. Some of them are genuinely confused, and some of them just want to be in denial and tuck their head in the sand and try to, you know, a lot of them are Democratic shills also. You know, they sent out by the left wing of white supremacy. They send these people out to muddy up the waters and cause confusion. You know what I'm saying? When we trying to bring clarity to some of these agendas and talk about what's really going on out here and what's going on today, and give it some historical context as well. You know, their job is to come out and muddy up the waters, cause confusion, create deflective arguments. You know what I'm saying? And so some of the comments I was seeing on Twitter today, I'm gonna read a couple of them. I ain't even gonna say nobody's name. Ain't nobody getting no shout out or nothing like that. But somebody said, so at this point, I feel like we are still paying too much attention to the oppression. We are still being taught that this was our history. This is a distraction. Make the movies that show the truth about our kings, queens, and the innovations that we did. I kept seeing that a lot. Let me see. More Black trauma, shaking my head. There's a fine line between education and exploitation. I'm interested in understanding what happens with the proceeds from this endeavor, and maybe then we could understand the intent. Otherwise, why do we keep doing this? Right? Make some movies / docs about how we was once kings and how we can get back to being kings mentally and physically. Sometimes we need to be empowered instead of rainformed. I don't know what he was trying to say there, but I kept seeing this theme about, you know, why not make movies about us when we was kings and queens and blah, 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 blah. First of all, let's get something straight about our history, man. You know what I mean? We can't have this fantasy utopian idea about how everything was. Everybody wasn't a goddamn king or a queen, man. You had regular everyday people in society. Okay? Everybody wasn't a part of the royal family, man. You know what I'm saying? We was always a diverse people. We always had doctors and architects and agriculturalists and, you know, spiritual people, medicine people, you know what I'm saying? Fishermen, you know what I'm saying? We had regular everyday people in ancient societies. Everybody wasn't sitting on a damn throne, walking around with a crown on their head. You know what I'm saying? That's just not the way that it was, man. We need to get off that bullshit, man. Get off that bullshit. Your ancestor was probably a farmer. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that, you know, it's not, we need farmers. We got to eat. You know what I'm saying? Your ancestor might have been a mortician or something. You know what I'm saying? They knew how to take care of the dead and preserve the dead bodies and stuff like that. Like we was dealing with all type of sciences You know what I'm saying? Everybody wasn't a king or a queen, man. So get off that. And slavery and our oppression under white supremacy is a real part of our history. And that does need to be addressed as well, because a lot of this stuff is hidden. A lot of people do not know this part of history that Tariq Nasheed brings to the table with some of these movies, man. A lot of y'all didn't know nothing about the Moors. A lot of y'all didn't know nothing about what really went on in the Haitian Revolution and things like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all don't really still understand what was going on in Nile Valley civilizations and things like that. A lot of y'all don't understand how white supremacy was able to take over and conquer the way that they did. A lot of y'all don't understand the tactics on how they came in with the religion first, how they came in with the evangelists first, and then they came in with the army and all of that stuff. A lot of y'all still don't understand, because if you did, we wouldn't keep falling for the same tactics and the same tricks over and over again. You know what I'm saying? So it is important to address these things and talk about what really happened. You know what I'm saying? Because right now what's being done is they're trying to downplay our experience here in America, particularly what happened during slavery. They're trying to downplay how brutal it was and what our ancestors had to go through and had to survive. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to downplay and make it seem like all oppression is equal. Like, oh, y'all not the only ones that's oppressed. Everybody's oppressed. Like, you know, everybody's in the same boat. There's this big happy minority coalition, and you know, you guys need to hold hands and all that. No, we're not to be compared to anyone else. And no, it's not the oppression Olympics, and we're not competing to see who had it the worst or whatever the case may be, because there is no competition. There is no competition. By far, we have survived the worst atrocities than any other group. You know what I'm saying? We're the only group that was classified as non-humans, legally, on paper, classified as non-humans in this country with the government that still exists today. Because people like to say, you know, there was slavery here, there was slavery there, you know, these people enslaved these people over here. They had, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys ain't the only ones that were slaves. But the thing is, a lot of those governments, a lot of those empires, they don't exist anymore. There's nobody to confront or to address about those atrocities. Yes, those atrocities did take place, and that is a part of history as well. But those governments don't exist no more. This government is the same government. The wealth that was produced from slavery is still here, and we're not getting a piece of the pie. So we have to get the narrative straight about what actually happened and who is owed what. That has to be clarified. So these movies are absolutely necessary, man. And people just gonna be butthurt. People that's butthurt is gonna have to be butthurt, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait for the movie to drop, man. Once again, man, shout out to Tariq Nasheed, man, out here doing the work. And I want y'all to stay tuned for the new Master Elements record as well, man, because we addressing these issues as well. We talking about what's going on out here as well with some of these agendas. We got some records on this new project that ain't nobody else talking about, man. Ain't nobody else talking about, especially, you know, any of your favorite industry rappers. Niggas are scared to talk about the shit that we addressing on here. You know what I mean? So our shit might not even be streaming on all platforms when it's all said and done. So we gonna have to go straight to consumer as well. So y'all make sure y'all stay tapped in, man. Y'all make sure y'all stay tapped into what we got going on, man, what we going to be bringing to the table. And by the way, you know, I want y'all to stay tuned for that new Master Elements project, The Spear and the Shield, coming very soon. As a matter of fact, I'm going back in the lab this Sunday, to record a couple of more joints. Just got a couple new features sent in that I'm real excited about. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I just wanted to address that, man. But in the meantime, I want y'all to make sure you following me, first of all, on all social media platforms at Sincere Love to God. And click the link in my bio on IG, man, and get you some merch, man. Get you one of these Master Elements hat. You know what I'm saying? Particularly if you consider yourself to be a master student, because once again, you know, Master Elements, that's what we do, man. We bring the lessons and the valuable information that was left behind by the master teachers you know, those that went back to the ancestral realm and those who are still among us, those who are still walking among us, man. You know what I mean? So shout out the brothers that's out here doing the real work. I got the 1804 movie right here. Man. So, you know what I'm saying? We still got master teachers that's walking among us. You know, shout out to the brother Wesley Muhammad. I believe he's in the movie as well. He's in the new Buck Breaking movie as well. Shout out to the brother Wesley Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the young guard, Reza Islam. I'm sorry. Shout out to the young guard, Reza Islam. You know what I'm saying? One of the young master teachers that's out here right now doing the work, disseminating the information. You know what I'm saying? Let me show y'all this joint. This is one of my favorites right here. One of the greatest master teachers right here. Our brother Anthony Browder. Can y'all see that? Now Valley civilization. No, Now Valley contributions to civilization. Exploding the Myths. This is volume 1 by our brother Anthony Browder. And the introduction is by John Henry Clark, man. So like I was saying, that's what we do, man. We bring the information and the lessons that was taught to us by the master teachers, and we translate it into some dope hip hop music for y'all. And I want y'all to stay tuned for the album. I want y'all to go get y'all merch right now. Go to my bio on the IG page. Get your Master Elements hat, man. If you're a master student of any of the master teachers, get your King by Any Means t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? We got this joint in black too. Real fly joint right there. Y'all see, you know. See, the name of the name of the company is a King by Any Means. And if you pay attention, if you see the logo, what do you see? When you look at the logo, what do you see? You see an ancient Kemetic god, right? You see an ancient Kemetic royalty, the symbol of ancient Kemetic royalty. But if you recognize the pose, what do that pose remind you of? You know what I mean? I'm like Malcolm out the window with the joint hoodied up, blood in my eye. You know what I'm saying? And we all know one of Malcolm's most famous quotes is by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? So what we did, we just combined the two concepts of that famous quote from Brother Malcolm X, Malik El-Haj Shabazz, by any means necessary, with the concept of us, yes, returning to our royalty. Even though I just got done addressing the fact that all of us were not kings and queens, but it is a fact that we do come from these royal empires. You know what I'm saying? Where we did have black rulership and black excellence, you know what I'm saying, in charge of extremely developed societies. You know what I'm saying? So it is important to talk about those things, and those things are addressed in the movies as well. But we're not going to just try to pretend like it was just this big utopia and everybody was kings and queens, and you know, it was it wasn't like that, man. We had wars, we had all type of stuff going on, and you know, we made a lot of mistakes, and that's how we were able to be taken over by the white supremacists. So we got to talk about the mistakes that we made as well. You know what I mean? So that's that, man. I'm about to get up out of here. Y'all have a good night. Everybody have a great, productive, and safe weekend. You know what I'm saying? We getting back to normal a little bit out here. You know, some of these states are starting to open back up and stuff like that. I know a lot of y'all looking forward to them stimmies. You know what I mean? Don't go blow it all at the mall. Don't go run into the club and the liquor store and all that, man. Invest in yourself, man. Invest in yourself, man. Invest in your ideas, the jewels that you got inside of you. You know what I'm saying? Take that little bit of bread that the government is giving you. It's not free, by the way. Do your due diligence with that as well. Understand that, you know, a lot of this money is going to be taxed, and you're going to have to pay some of it back too. You know what I'm saying? So don't just think it's just a free for all. You're just going to run to the mall and blow the check, man. Invest in yourself, man. And by the way, speaking about investing in yourself, if you're interested in joining the Black World Order, BWO, you know what I'm saying? Click the link in my bio for that as well, man. You come learn how to get this paper. Come learn how to get your finances in order. Come learn how to build financial wealth and generational wealth and build a legacy for your family, man. Get down with the Black World Order, man. That'll be a great investment for you to utilize that STEMI in a real way, man. Come see me, and I can answer any questions that you have about the program. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I got for you, man. So let me know All right, everybody stay tuned, man. Peace, peace.